So apparently, some guy came up with a new dating concept called financial celibacy.
I 100% agree and approve of this. As a matter of fact, I was the first one to suggest that men should stop breaking a bank, taking a woman out on a date. And let me explain, let me cook. There are so many videos and so much content of women talking about, like if a man doesn't take her out to like places like Ruth Chris or a five-star restaurant or a Michelin star restaurant, that he broke. And that a lot of these women have proven time and time again that they're not looking for companionship. They're not looking for a partner. They're looking for a sponsor or trick, right? And I've made mention of this many, many times in regards to a lot of these women will make men jump through hoops and have all of these exorbitant ass standards. And in reality, they don't even like these dudes. And that the man that they really like, the man that they really are attracted to, she will let crack and put through the mattress like a spatchcock chicken for free. As a matter of fact, she'll give him money. So I 100% approve of a man putting himself on a budget, a very strict budget in regards to how much he's willing to spend to go on a date. The second point that I'm going to make is there are plenty of third spaces where you can take someone on a date that you can pay next to nothing. So please do not believe the hype talking about there are no third spaces. That is complete and total bullshit. Because the people who complain about there are no third spaces are the same individuals that will flake on you, that will ghost you when you invite them out to certain events. Here in Richmond, there are free concerts, there are festivals, especially in the spring and the summertime. The first Friday of every month, there's a thing called First Fridays, where if you are into music, you are into art, you can go out to the arts district and check out different galleries, different exhibits, and all this other stuff. You can actually take a young lady out on a date and spend next to nothing. You just have to be intentional. Now, disclaimer, you pull some bullshit talking about, taking a woman out on a restaurant, and when the tab comes in, you don't want to pay it and you expect her to pay. You do that bullshit to me, you will get blocked. Because now you're just being an asshole about it. But given the fact that there are so many dating content creators that is pushing 304 culture, I am a firm believer that you should protect your wallet, because there are women that's trying to play you like a sucker. They're treating you like you're a sponsor or a trick. So protect your interests. If you are dating for the intent of looking for a partner or a spouse, you just have to be a little bit more intentional. And if the chick has a problem with going to a festival or going to a concert that is free, and she expects you to take her out to eat at some five-star Michelin star restaurant, you already know where she's coming from. You already know where she stands. Do as you wish with this information.
Why must a man spend his money to get to know you if you are also looking for someone for companionship? If she likes you, everything is free, and if she doesn't like you, then everything has a fee. If a woman is not okay with a walk in coffee or ice cream, then she isn't interested in you, but only what you will provide for her. No man should ever overinvest in a girl he is just getting to know. A good woman that likes you will go for any kind of date with you, even if it is not a fancy one. This would be very easy for men to do and stick with. Men don't like to spend cash on unreasonable things to begin with, and the amount of wealth men can build from this might make doing this a very good idea. Men should be careful on who they talk to, because most of these women are not really the marriage or dating type. They are only in there for what they can get from you, and that's it. Men should be able to protect their wallets, because a lot of women out there are leeches. If a woman is really into you, only your presence should be enough. These women only put those requirements on men they want to manipulate and gaslight. Money has ruined dating. Most men are just bored to even get a woman's number, because it is going to get transactional very quick if she even agrees to talk to you. Dates should be about spending some real quality time together, even on a first date. If she is after your money, you will never ever be enough for her. We have been lost into money that we forgot how to love or cherish our loved ones. If you remove sex and money in a relationship, you should probably know who is serious. My wallet, my choice.
Financial celibacy. At first, I thought it was a joke, but it seems like the young men are practicing financial celibacy. And let me just say, because I graduated high school in 2012, so I am an old man compared to a lot of y'all. So if I mess up some of these details, just understand this is a long time ago. When I was dating out of high school into college, not a single young lady that I was dating, well, only one young lady that I dated after high school made me feel like I wasn't there financially. I will never forget, I was talking to this girl, and I knew her in high school, and she was like, this is just so crazy that you got your own apartment and car and like you're doing everything on your own. Like, this is like, she was like, I'm proud of you. It seems as if 18-year-olds today, like, the standards are so much higher. I remember when she said to me, I was like, thank you. Like, I thought I was being normal, but thank you. I didn't even know that gave me any kind of like, good job, nigga. I was like, yeah. So I do want to say that y'all are living in a bit of different world than I was living in. The shit they call the bare minimum these days was like amazing back in the day. And women have slowly inched up the standard of bare minimum, and y'all are trying to keep up with it. And this financial celibacy thing is bringing it back down to normal. Because we just saw the lady say, she's celibate with her fiance and she let other guys hit. And that was because the other guys crossed her boundaries and this and that and the third. And her fiance gonna wait till marriage and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of different perspectives that people have from that, right? My perspective was, stop trying to make every guy before you sound like a rapist. You were a willing participant, okay? And the same thing to the guys. Stop acting as if, 99% of y'all don't lead with your wallets a little bit and try to, entice women financially to stay around you. Just say, I was cutting up and I'm fixing this now. Because I feel like something like, for women, celibacy is what is gonna have to cause men to like lock in. And financial celibacy is what's gonna have to cause a lot of women to lock in if what each side wants is like a genuine connection. Sometimes I can't even comprehend what y'all be talking about because I'm married now, but my whole life, it was just like, if a woman saw me and I saw her and we both thought each other was attractive, that was it. It was never all, bro, y'all be playing some weird games. Like, I just always thought my whole life, from a kid till a grown man and being married, it was always, oh, you like me? You know what? I fucking like you too. What's happening? We'll figure out all the particulars as we go through life. Now it's like, it was really the women. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, nah, what can you give me, nigga? Cause I got all my own shit. And you just a dude who saw that she was pretty. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry, shawty. I just thought you was pretty. I ain't need all that. What is my standards? Whoa, shawty. I just thought you was pretty. I thought you thought I was handsome. I thought we was going to figure it out. Fuck all that. That's really what happened. And so now what's going to happen with a lot of guys is when you're practicing financial celibacy, you're going to realize that it's slim pickings out here. There's not that many women who want you for you. But when you find one that does, man, stay with her, man. Lock that thing down. Do what you got to do.
Only people you had to compete with was maybe the cat who made the league, or that dude who popped into town, or if he was in a better college school. A man wouldn't need to be in a financial celibacy if she really likes you. If women are smart and pure, they will support this. It will benefit them in the end. Relationships that start with expensive first dates don't last. Women of these days are not looking for who to love or cherish. They are looking for who will sponsor and liberate them from poverty. I don't even understand why a date of first meeting should be in a fancy restaurant. It amazes me that most of these women want to live a life that they can't even afford. A man will hustle, work hard all through, and decide to love someone. Then it will be made transactional. I don't even think that there is any true love outside anymore, because with what I'm seeing, if you don't have money or even look attractive, women won't even acknowledge you, and that's just very bad. As a matter of fact, the one that's paying shouldn't be the one to jump through hoops. Let the other do the runs. Men should never break their wallet when taking a woman out because you have to date who likes you, and don't even try to make a woman to like you. When a woman likes you, her time is always free for you and not the other way around, and it won't even cost you a lot to be around her. The craziest thing that the more you give, the more they demand, and it will become like they were told to bankrupt you by your competitor. As a man, there is nothing wrong with protecting yourself in dating. The world of dating has truly and drastically changed, and some people, unfortunately, can't be trusted. Men should definitely have a dating budget. Take your time. Get to know one another. If you feel the person is worth it and you want to spend more, then do so. Date with the intention of building your own standards and not the pressure from a woman. Take your time, fellas.
Financial celibacy, it's the new thing that these young men are focusing on when it comes to dating. And as Unc, I just want to say I'm proud of y'all. We always hear women say, my body, my choice. Rightfully so. But as a man, you should be able to say, my wallet, my choice. Side note, you should also care about your body as a man. Don't just go around and sleep with anybody. Have respect for yourself as well. Now back to what I was saying. Your money's a part of your value. As a man, you had to get up and go earn that money. Get to know the woman that you're talking to before you decide to spend money on her. A lot of women hate to have conversations with you before you take them on a date. And it's not that they're worried about whether or not they're going to like you. They're worried about whether or not you're going to like them when you get to know them. Get to know her for who she is, beyond just what she looks like. Because sometimes that's the trick that gets you caught up. You're so caught up in how good she looks that you don't even take the time to get to know her as a person to see if you like her or not.
Two sparrows can be in love with a house of twigs, rabbits a hole in the ground, pair of frogs in a puddle, a house, nice cars and clothes with food in the fridge, and she just can't wake up happy. A man should spend on a woman that likes him and not to get her to like you. Take them on walks, free outdoor jazz concerts, or picnic basket dates in the beginning so as to see how it ends. The most valuable thing a person can learn in life is that their money is literally their time. How much something costs divided by whatever your hourly wage is how many hours of your life you have to give up in order to buy that thing. So, when a date feels entitled to your money, what they are really saying is that they are entitled to a chunk of your life. You can't expect a man to pay for everything on a date with someone he barely knows. A date is something superficial, and it can involve sex, but that doesn't make it as paying for an obligation. You are not that important to someone who only knows you on the surface. So, why should he pay for privileges meant for someone who actually matters to him? Men, never take a woman on an expensive date if she isn't yet your girlfriend. My money, my choice.
So as you guys know right now, I'm in a financial celibate era. I'm going through my financial celibacy journey, okay? Which means I cannot spend any money on dates. And it seems like some men are also going through their own financial celibacy era. My friend Mike called me last night and said, Don P, I had a young lady call me and we used to go out, but it seemed like every time we would get to the point of being intimate, it would be that time of the month. And she called me last night saying, oh, I miss how we used to go out and we go to a nice dinner. Why don't you make us reservations tonight? I'll wear a beautiful dress, do my makeup and my hair for you. We can go somewhere like Ocean 48 or Javier's or Mastro's and just have a great dinner and spend some time together. And he said, listen, baby, I would love to. That sounds amazing. But unfortunately, right now I'm currently celibate. And she was like, oh, no, I didn't want to have intercourse with you. He was like, no, you misunderstand me. My money is celibate. My wallet is celibate. My credit cards are celibate. My debit cards are celibate. Even the cash in my safe is currently celibate. She said, what the hell are you talking about, Mike? He was like, that means I can spend no money on a date. She's saying, what are you trying to say? You broke? He says, no, I'm not broke at all. It's quite the opposite. I've been doing well over the last 3 months. I just have no money available to spend on dates and women like you. So good luck to all of the men in their financial celibacy era who are on their financial celibacy journey.
Declaring that she is not having an intercourse when we are discussing a date would save so many women so much time. If she doesn't put out on the first date, there won't be a second date. As a man, you will be able to save a lot of money, pay all your bills with one paycheck, and still have much money left if you start doing this, and then you will realize that you need to be more financially literate. Men being in their financial celibacy era seems very necessary because there is a growing population of women who desire exquisite dates, yet lack interest in the man providing for them. Men will see clearly who is worth their time and who is using them because it is a fantastic way to be exposed gold diggers. Men are tired of seeing through the BS, and even the simps are tired of spending their money on nothing. Most men have forgotten who they are. We are not ATMs to be used anyhow by these women. If you take money out of it, you can easily tell if she is about you. The Pookies and Ray Rays never spend money, and yet, they entertain them. Financial abstinence or celibacy works. Guys, women will shame, guilt trip and insult you, but it won't work because you are in your financial celibacy journey. Men are now keeping their money, and if you don't want to go on a free date, then you have to politely leave men alone. Your time is not a fair trade for my money. Find yourself another good daddy. Even the cat is at a deep discount. Honestly, it is not even worth the headache.
Probably one of the hottest topics of 2026 is financial celibacy for men. That means not spending money on women, and indirectly, we're actually doing something even greater: validation celibacy. So when you think about it, validation is really about giving out your energy, giving out your time, sharing, trying to be nice to another person and validate them. Well, that's actually a requirement in most relationships, is if you're not validating somebody, you are garbage. You are worthless, and they will seek the next validation the next chance that they get. So think about that. If we actually ramp it up even one bit further and seek validation celibacy or energetic celibacy, then we have our energy, our time, and our money to do whatever the fuck we want with. So, welcome to 2026, ladies. Men are not just choosing sexual celibacy because what the hell? Sex really isn't worth the cost of modern day dating and dealing with the fallouts and the harvester of sorrow that women have become when it becomes a validation trap. So seek validation celibacy, stay sovereign kings, and be good out there and have fun with yourself, because frankly, at the end of the day, that's what you're going to be ending up with is yourself in this whole fucked up world of dating. Take care.
Men have always had very low standards and value themselves even less that they let any woman control them, make demands for their time and money without reciprocating, on fact that any time the man even suggests something else, they will immediately consider it as oppression. Men, enough of the mind games and raise your standards. Stop being limp simp that is always begging for a hug. Trusting a woman with your emotions and your feelings is like diffusing a bomb because you will never know when it will blow up in your face. More and more men are realizing that it's not being a loser to choose to be single. They are realizing that it's actually the smart move, and the peace that comes with it is actually everlasting. The time, effort, and money men have been spending on these women, if they invested in themselves, there will be good changes. Men, try and engage yourself in financial celibacy, and you will be able to take yourself a nice trip to the overseas to enjoy yourself. Fellas, save your money. To be in a relationship is a bad investment with no return. You are better off saving your money and traveling around the world than to be in a relationship with these Western women. I'm glad that men are finally waking up. Starve them out, boys. Humble them and avoid using any hole. No boom boom means no time, attention, or money. It's that simple.
Women hate a man that's smart and knows his worth, and she can't manipulate him. If a woman can't manipulate you, you like public enemy number one. They gonna say things like you're gay, you don't get women, you an incel, and they do that because you have to understand the woman isn't the physically superior being in the sense of physicality, so she has to learn to manipulate. So when a man comes around and she can't run her game and act innocent and naive and act like she don't know what's going on, she'll then get frustrated and start showing her true colors because you're cutting off her game. So when you're a smart man, you know your worth and you don't let women play with you, that pisses them the fuck off. I be seeing women in my comments and I'll be saying straight facts using straight logic, and you'll see women in the comments with laughing faces saying, "What? What?" It's like, what do you mean what? That made sense. That's the equivalent to somebody saying 1 plus 1 is 2. If you got one dog and then you have another dog, you now have 2 dogs. That ain't no what. It's not rocket science. It's just common sense. I made it to where women's supposed to follow a man's lead. Because we live in the times where everything is organized and men can't just attack women and jump on women and shit like that. Women think that they're just superior in a sense. So they act as though they can have a say so. Like here's an example. If women knew that the cops wasn't gonna come if they threw a drink in a man's face, or if other men weren't gonna come to their rescue if they was being disrespectful to a man, they'll stop being disrespectful. They'll keep their mouth shut. So that's what I mean when I say that. If you look at those TV shows when they be in the apocalypse times and it's every man for themselves and people start building up communities, women, if those times is like that right now, women would instantly shut their mouth up and go and find the strongest man who's smart and logical. But because we live in society where she feel like she don't need that man no more, she then hates that man and say, "Oh, I don't like the fact that he's smart because I can't play my game and get over on the weak men who don't know what I'm doing or the game that I'm playing. Women want to have their cake and eat it too. And then they'll say, well, men want to have their cake and eat it too. But here's the thing. Men can have their cake and eat it too because we live a different existence. Our life is harder than you all's life. A woman's job is literally to sit back, preserve her value, and pick the right male, have kids with him, and let him protect and provide for her for 70 years. That's simple. A man's job is to be the man to be that person. And it requires a lot to be a man who can take care of somebody for that amount of time. So women will say, why can't we have our cake and eat it too? Men want to have their cake and eat it too. Well, here's why. We're the ones that take care of you. You can't force somebody to take care of you. You can't force somebody to marry you. You're going to be young. You're going to have all the power that you have right now. You're 18, you're 23, you're 25. You got all the power right now. You can tell men, you can block men, you can tell them you don't like the way that what they said or how they said this. You can move like a complete bitch like you usually do. But here's the thing. You're going to get old when you get around 30. So all those men who putting up with your bullshit, they going to stop putting up with your bullshit because it's going to be a new girl turning 18. You then are going to get mad and start getting jealous at that girl that's 18, 19, and 20 when you're 31, 32, 33 because your time is over. Your time is over and you didn't pick no man because you enjoyed all the validation from all of the men. You didn't say, let me just pick one. You enjoyed all the validation and then it just popped up like, oh shit, they're not looking at me no more. But here's the difference. All those men that you're ignoring, all those men that you're friend zoning, all those men that you're acting like you're better than, when they get 35 to 40 to 35 to 45, now it's their time. So when they work on themselves and now they got their finances together, they got their body together, their mental together, they done went and made all the mistakes, but they figured things out and they're in the time where it's in a man's prime. Now they can go and date the 18 to the 30-year-old for the rest of their life. Now men get the pickings. So yes, we get to have our cake and eat it too at a point. You can have your cake and eat it too, but you have a cutoff zone. Your zone is from 18 to around 28. You got about 10 years to figure that shit out. So you can go and be a city girl and play all your games that you usually like to play, and it's cool. But when the lights come on at the club and you don't got nobody to go home with, and nobody want to take care of you, you then become a cat and dog lady, you know? That's just how it is. It's not fair for nobody. Men don't like the fact that when we 18, 19, 21, 22, that y'all women be ignoring us and shit. And y'all go and when y'all 18, 19, and 20, y'all gonna pick the man who's 30. We gotta take that shit on the chin. But when we sit back and take it on the chin, build ourselves up, become better men, around the time we get 35, it's our time now. But now that it's our time, don't expect for men to have pity on you and say, oh, I'm going to be 35 and then choose a woman that's 35. No, that's not how it works. Because when you were 18, you didn't choose a man that was 18. When you were 18, you choose the man that had his shit together who's probably 30, 25, 28. When you had your time, you did the same old thing. But you didn't have to work for shit. You just God gave you titties and ass and a nice face. And all of a sudden, you just had the world at your feet. And you took advantage of it. You was basically a celebrity. But the men who sit back and work hard and put that time in to when they get around 35, 45, that 30 to 35 sweet spot, then we get to become the celebrities. But the only difference is we get to be the celebrities forever, for the rest of our life, for the rest of our existence. A lot of men don't get to still become that because they still don't build or work on nothing. But the ones that do, we get to. And them the ones that y'all want. So yes, we get to have our cake and eat it too, but we have to work for it. We have to bake the cake. You just get to show up in the baker's shop and pick whatever cake you want to pick for a good 5 to 7 years. And you acting all entitled. And then one day they say, oh, your membership expired. You can't come back in here no more. Then you start getting bitter and looking at the girls who are freshly getting let inside the baker's shop and getting to pick different types of cake. And now you're mad because your time is up. And that's why when those girls are in that shop, moving stupid, making the same decision, the same bad mistakes that you made, you don't give them good advice because you're jealous. You want misery loves company. So when you're miserable, You want them same old girls that's coming up that you could have taught and said, you know what, young girl, I was wrong. No, you're a woman, and women are selfish creatures. So you basically saying, shit, if I don't get no man, you ain't get no man. And you gonna sit back and tell them girls, yeah, don't listen to no man. And the ones that do get the men and the ones that are smart and learn to keep their mouth shut, y'all call them pick-me's. But y'all wish every single day that y'all had a man to take care of you, give you a nice car, give you a nice house, provide and take care of you, take care of your offspring. Not for 18 to 30, but from infant until the day that you die. You see, y'all girls, y'all play this short-term game because y'all brains don't work like men. Men are long-time thinkers. That's why we are able to build things, because we can see ahead. We can visualize. Women can't do that. That's why women pick bad men. Y'all pick bad men because the thrill and the fun is right now. You don't say what's gonna happen when, I'm 45. You say, shit, I'm 18, I'm 19, I'm 20. I want to be with Tyrone over here. Men are visionaries. So what does that mean? From the day that you're born until the day that you die, if you want to have somebody on the side of you that loves, provides, protects, and cares for you and your offspring, you got to look at the world for a long-term type of existence, not just a 18 to 30 mindset. But most women only look at the world from when they're hot. You look good from 18 to 30, but what about afterwards? What about when people don't value you for your looks no more and it's about your personality, and you know that you're a horrible, shitty person that treats people like shit? That's when women start becoming nice. They become 40, 45. Now all of a sudden they want to be nice and sweet and things like that, and tell you about, how the younger girls be treating men and you shouldn't tolerate that. Bitch, you was the same old girl doing the same shit at 18. And then on top of that, you're not even giving the girl advice on why she shouldn't be that way. Women.
The only thing a woman hates more than a man she can't control is a man she can control. A lion always wants an easy prey. It's very dangerous to be appreciated by women nowadays. Real freedom comes when you understand that you don't need to say or do anything to impress a woman. Men should look out for their own personal well-being instead of prioritizing them. Women don't run on logic at all. They will call you sassy or creep when they don't like you. A real man won't take care of what another man already have. You can be friends and nothing more, nothing less. Women don't like men anymore. They are only interested in what the man can offer to them, especially financially. A man should never fall for these women's adjectives. That's all they have when they feel defeated, and this is because they are not good people. Women work with their oppressors literally to keep power over their own protection. Women have two pair of lips, and they use them to manipulate men. When they meet a smart man who doesn't simp on them, they will try to emasculate him, but unbeknownst to them, they are only proving how insecure and pathetic they truly are when they don't get the validation from him. They become worst when you deny to submit fully to the system, and you wonder who has been actually pulling men back for the enemy of nature, and you ask yourself who is actually connected to nature more. A man knows he is a good man when a woman calls him lame. Play like you are dumb, but be smart. Women are ran on emotions while men are ran on logic. We have finished today's video. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. See you all next time. Thanks for always sticking with us.